Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. It is a beautiful day. It's September 13th. That number is my lucky number. I live at 213. So the 1-3 is always a big thing.
I see.
I met my very nice boyfriend on 213, and today is our 7-month anniversary. And he's a lovely Irishman. And my sister, her birthday is 213.
Great.
So anything with a 1-3 is a good day for me. So today is a 1-3. So
Any luck at the casinos with 1-3?
sometimes.
Sometimes?
Every now and then. So I want to introduce Eddy Sloshower.
Easy. Slow shower. It's an
Like
easy
a
one.
slow
That's
shower
it.
that you're taking. That's easy to remember.
That's it.
He's a comedian. He's a Grand Slam entertainer. We're going to talk all about you. You're going to tell us all about you, but welcome.
Uh-oh. Great.
So today, I don't know if you do this, but I do it on every show, is a national day. Do you know about the national days every day?
What's today?
Today
in history?
is National Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day. Today is National Peanut Day, if you want to eat some peanuts. It is Celiac Disease Awareness Day, which if people that have that disease, it's good because they get a lot of attention. It's also National Bald Day, and I love bald men. And
I can't help you there.
Telly Savalas was one of my main, I always loved him. So, to Telly up there. And it is National Boss Employee Exchange Day, which is the day after Labor Day. So, if you have a boss, exchange something. Maybe exchange a hug, maybe exchange a gift, maybe just buy him a cup of coffee. So is that something you learned today?
Yes, I'll give myself a hug as soon as we're done.
Yeah. So I love doing that because I learn a lot about these national days. And it takes a lot to get the day to be national. But if you have chutzpah and you keep going for it, it could happen.
Oh, little Yiddish, little chutzpah, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm not Jewish, but some people think I act Jewish, or sound Jewish. I'm all Italiano.
And a little yenta?
Yeah, I'm a Calabrese.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So we
This should
always
be
say
fun.
hi to Gregg. Gregg, I miss you.
Hey, Gregg.
Hi, Gregg. I hope your beard is maybe a little shorter now because I haven't seen you. And but I did see you the other day, and I don't remember what your beard looked like. So I have to look at the picture again. But we miss you. We're looking forward to having you back. And everybody sent me questions. How's Gregg? How's Gregg? Especially after I posted the picture. So take a look at the Facebook because you got a lot of messages there. I sent it to you. So I hope you're doing well. We have this great entertainer here tonight, Eddy Sloshower.
There you
I
go.
learned the name.
See that?
I learned it pretty quick. So let's talk about, how you started. Let's talk about WLIR. Let's talk about all these great entertainers you're bringing to us on October 2nd at G's.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's talk about the show a little bit.
Okay.
Let's get that out of the way.
It's called the All-Star Comedy Fundraiser.
Right. So what we're doing is partnering with Andre, who does a monthly show here, which is for an LIR,
Right.
reliving the LIR music, WLAR 92.7.
And Andre, I haven't met you because I hear these are really fun things and they go late, so sometimes I don't come.
So he does a monthly dance party show. Unfortunately, majority of the old dance clubs don't exist anymore here on Long Island.
Well, that's true.
So
and that's
he has kept the music tradition going. So he has a monthly show here, doing a dance party, and has partnered, I believe, with Gregg's affiliation with the Kiwanis Kids of the World.
Which is wonderful. I love that organization.
So he's doing it as a monthly dance party / fundraiser to help the organization.
Mm-hmm.
So my base of operations is up in the Hudson Valley, and I've been looking to branch out and put the shows out in different communities all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So being an old WLIR fan and knowing that Andre does this monthly show, I asked him, do you have any places where we could do a comedy show?
Right.
And he suggested, I got to introduce you to Gregg, and
Right.
you got to
We
do
call
this.
Greg the Great. I call him Gregg the Great.
Greg the Great or Gregory the Great? Just
No,
Gregg.
me, I call him Gregg.
Gregg the Great.
The Great Gregg.
So
That's
the
what I call him.
idea, was to make a huge event to celebrate. Now, everybody loves comedy.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't want to
And
laugh?
everyone loves to eat.
Especially
and everyone
now.
loves to dance. So why don't we just make this one
Big
large,
party.
big night extravaganza?
Woo, I like it.
So that's what we set up. And we're going to obviously, help support the Kiwanis kids. We also want to honor what's called Dare.fm. Now, Dare.fm is an internet radio station that plays all of the old WLAR music. So Andre is a DJ, has a daily show. Larry the Duck, who's well known obviously on Long Island and his WLAR days, and is on Sirius XM First Wave. He does a afternoon show as well, and then also Rob Rush.
Rush, I know Rob.
Okay, so I was in Rob and Andre, they all had worked at the station in the past. So they're continuing to keep the tradition of the music going with Bob Wilson, who used to work also at WLAR and who started the internet radio station.
So they're one big happy family. That's what it sounds like to me.
Right. So we all still, want to enjoy our youth as much as we can and listen to music. So the whole idea was, let's just bring this all together and let's just make one big night and let's just see how it goes.
Well, I think it's a great idea. I love something like this because, I like to laugh, I like to eat, and I like people. So I think there's a loss of that going on Long Island right now because of the pandemic.
Right.
And this is really, truly needed. And because of that, this is a great spot. Jesus is a great spot to have anything in. And the people that work here are wonderful. Gregg is really wonderful to the charities. And we do all kinds of charities here, not just Kiwanis. We bring in any charity that wants to come in here. It's a good deal because you rent what you rent, a little spot, and you sell your tickets or you just rent and, we figure it out with Gregg. Gregg is the keeper of the club.
Keeper of the club.
And Gregg and I are keeper of the show. We do that together. But we have great people that work here, like the people you see here today.
Right.
And they help tremendously. And I market a lot. I try. And I do things on the side as well, marketing and things like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm glad that I finally met you because I heard a lot about you, but I never met you. And Rob Rush, I know, but he doesn't talk to me when I see him. So make sure you tell him that. Rob does not talk to Valentina.
I'll definitely pin him down, and I'll straighten him out.
Straighten him out.
I'll straighten him out.
No, he's a good guy, but he's busy.
All right. So again, just conceptually get a nice night out for everybody, and just give the community some choices and other things.
Look who just walked in.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, look at that. Oh my God.
What's up, bud?
You can just take this spot for a little bit.
Yeah, thank you for coming in.
How are you? How are you? Give me a kiss. Mwah.
This is a first in so long.
Yeah. I just figured I'd stop by. Say
Oh,
hi for a
this
minute.
makes me so happy.
What's going on? I heard you guys talking. I'm sorry. I'm late.
That's
okay.
okay. The fact that you're
Glad
here.
you're here.
Yeah.
Wow, just
I'm
move
glad,
that up
yeah.
here. I didn't realize you were coming. I would have
okay.
had a cake.
Yeah.
I would have made a cake.
This is why I didn't say anything.
Oh, jeez.
Or breakfast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
says to me,
breakfast,
"Where's
right?
the breakfast?" I said, "The
Breakfast Club."
guy
Yeah.
canceled. He was coming, but he had a car."
So how are you? What's going on?
I'm well,
What's
man.
new?
How are you?
Looking
How you
forward,
feeling?
Looking forward to it. Good.
Warm it
No.
up.
Good.
Looking forward to it. Definitely looking
Look at how
forward to
good
it.
he looks.
It looks great.
I got to wear this just for a little bit, and then after that, I take it off. I put it on. So,
You
but
look
everything is great. I feel
terrific.
great. First of all,
Mwah.
I do have to say thank you to everybody. Wait,
You
easy,
smell
Kelly.
good.
When do I hate this shit. I say the same thing all the time. When do I ever not smell good?
Oh, you
I happen to
smell
start don't cologne on.
But I
That's
haven't
it.
seen
all
it
the
in a
time.
long
Listen,
time. I
see,
missed the cologne.
Let's try
You
this
don't-
again. Let me try this again. Let me go out the door. Walk back in.
You can't smell him through the phone.
Thank you.
No.
Right.
It's not strong enough.
No,
Oh,
I
my
can
God.
hear him.
Paco Rabanne.
Trust
Yeah,
me.
right there.
I
Oh,
can
my
definitely
God.
hear him through the
Yeah,
phone.
oh, boy, that was the day.
His English leather.
Oh, God.
Wow, but he's got the greatest
Oh, my
cologne.
God.
Oh, my God.
That's
Forget
bad.
about it.
That's really bad.
But thank
Oh,
you
my
so
God.
much for the surprise. I'm so happy.
Yeah, so,
Wow. So Eddie was just talking about this great event that
yeah,
we're
it's,
going to have.
this I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
Now, I heard you're a little funny. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Not that much, just a little
Yeah,
bit. Right?
just a little.
Okay.
Look at
How
he's
long- how
got
long you been
nice
doing
hair.
this?
Look at his hair. It's
I know,
nice
listen to me,
and
I hate
full.
guys like this.
I
swear
love
to
the
you.
hair.
And you know what? I would do anything to have some of that. Just
Well, I just want you to let you know that I
It's
don't.
real?
My hair. Well, it is real.
right.
Sidebar. It's real.
Nice.
Everything is. It's real. But I don't usually keep my hair like this.
Well, I like it.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's. I don't wear my hair like this anymore.
So what do
very
you put
attractive.
curls? What do you do?
Well, the funniest thing is that I'm in the middle of filming a movie,
Right.
and it's a period piece from the 1970s.
Okay,
I have
all
to
right,
keep
okay.
long hair
Right, okay.
and sideburns.
Whoa.
So sideburns will stay.
Right.
I actually shortened them a little bit. They were
Right,
longer
longer.
because those scenes were done
How
this past
nice.
week.
Good for you.
So it was another couple of days of shooting. So
Well, you
I
just keep
literally
watching.
can't get a haircut until it's over because the second I get a haircut, can you come back? We got to do some stuff. And then when my hair's gone,
Yeah, you got to keep good. Do what they
and then
tell you.
I don't want a wig.
Yeah, I don't
So
blame you because you're
I-
natural. But I thought you
natural.
with long hair.
I'm telling you, I do.
I'm natural.
Had hair like
I'm
that.
not-
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and then you got a good color. Look at your color, like you've been in the sun.
Well, filming outside. and
Yeah, wow,
inside.
that must be
So,
exciting.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
That's another part, but that's aside from comedy.
yeah, but that's okay.
Okay.
You need your eggs in 1,000 baskets these
That is
days
that is true.
to make a living.
That is true. So,
And
so
I-
we talked
yeah.
about really the show and what was behind it and the concept behind it. And as I said, just trying to bring, as Gregg now is here, just trying to, bring some high-end comedy and give people of the community, some other choices and a lot of
Yeah.
different things
People are
and
looking
some
forward
variety.
to it. They're looking
Oh,
forward to
some
it.
yeah.
variety.
They're definitely looking forward to it.
And then you asked me a little bit of history and how I got started.
Yeah.
In all, actually, I'm very good friends with a comedian,
Mm-hmm.
and which I mentioned to you to earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And he does a lot of private events and impersonations and whatnot. And I just said, what, I'm going to help you out. So I decided, what, let me get you some bookings because, as I said, what Grand Slam Comedy does besides these high-end shows is, corporate events, private events, fundraisers. Birthday parties, whatever.
Yeah,
You want
just
to hire a
about
comic
anything,
for,
right?
for a party or an event or retirement or whatever. So obviously between the election cycles and everything that's
Oh,
going
yeah,
on, people want to be entertained. So just through my corporate relationships, did some private events, private bookings for him and whatnot. And I decided, what, why don't I just start booking you? Because I, like you, know a lot of people, theaters and clubs and different
Right,
places. So it started from there. And then he was doing a character. He was doing actually Donald Trump impersonation.
Oh, I would like to see that.
Okay, and I could show it to you. And Bob is hands down number one,
Really?
Donald
You
Trump,
tell- you
and
tell
I
me about
showed
that,
that
too,
to
yeah.
you in the entire
Yeah.
country.
Really?
Bob's
Yeah,
done
he's no joke,
Coachella.
yeah.
Bob's done Coachella. He opened up for YG and Kendrick Lamar on their arena tour. He's been on the reboot of Murphy Brown, Comedy Central, The Nightly Show. He's been on The View. He's been on with Jimmy Kimmel. And hopefully moving forward, based on his schedule, try to get a date
Right.
down the road.
Right.
Great.
We'll
Looking forward to
we'll
that.
get him
I mean,
in
you told me
here,
about that, yeah.
as part of
Definitely.
another high-end show. So that kind of set me off. I've always loved comedy. I grew up not far from here. I spent many a
I
nights,
can't believe you're from Belrose. I lived in Floral Park all my whole life.
many nights at Chuckles.
But you didn't wait.
Okay.
But you didn't go to Martin Van Buren, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, did you?
I did.
I used to hang out there. The only reason why I didn't go to Van Buren because they didn't have a football team.
We
So
did
I
not
went to
have a
Bayside.
football team.
So I went to, but they have one now, I think. Yeah, they have one. No, I mean, maybe about 15
Bayside
years ago.
Commodores.
Yeah,
I went
that's
to
it.
school back with the Harmon
Yeah,
brothers.
that's who I played football with.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Harmon Brothers also played for the Tomahawks, if
Yeah,
you
I played
remember.
for the Tomahawks,
okay,
too.
so we were at Alley Pond Park.
That's right, all the
At
time,
some
yeah.
point,
You know, who knows? I
together.
could have met you.
we could have.
knows? Yeah,
we could have. We could have
definitely
banged.
that's
We
right.
could have banged on the
That's right,
field.
that's
Who
right.
knows?
I was
That's
afraid
right.
of the people at Van Buren.
Okay.
Why?
Why?
It was because I was in Polish school.
You were what?
Don't go over there. I was in Polish school,
Oh, Polish school.
Yeah.
I
So
don't-
again, the
let's not even talk
rivalry.
about that.
So baseball, football, basketball rivalry was always Bayside and
Right,
Cardozo.
right,
And then we had
exactly,
Hillcrest.
yep.
We had. We're digressing a little bit. You got to remember the great athletes that a lot of
right.
people don't remember that came out of
Okay,
our
yeah,
Division
that's right,
III.
That's right.
Okay.
You're absolutely correct.
Okay, for football, all the Harmon brothers.
Yeah.
Basketball,
Unreal.
okay. Anthony Mason, the Knicks, Springfield
right,
Garden.
that's right.
Okay, Kenny Fielder
You know what they wanted me to go to? I was
Jay
dying.
Fielder, his son.
They wanted to
from Hillcrest.
Bayside. Oh, she's alumni. First of all, I have to say thank you so much. I can't believe everybody's like saying.
Look at they were all saying,
It's like wow,
welcome.
wow. This is really nice.
Back.
All
If
right,
I- if-
Greg, can you just be honest with everyone? You know why you're here?
What?
Because I'm here. You
Oh,
you haven't
what
haven't
about
seen me
me?
in so long.
That's what it was. I miss you.
It was me. You missed
I
me.
miss you.
You
And
missed
that's
me.
just the
Oh,
bottom line.
talk about
I'm so
chopped
sorry.
liver.
But it's the old. It's the
I
Bell.
always miss you.
It's the Belrose Queens
That's
Village.
what it is.
That's
Connect-
it.
It's the
Exactly.
old neighborhood
That's it.
connection.
Yes,
That's
I
what we
agree
miss.
with you. Well, I love that.
Okay.
I was just in Floral Park the other day, and I saw 1,000 people.
There
in
you go.
it,
And I
so-
just cut through Floral Park to get here. So
yeah,
there we go.
Yep. No, it's true. The memories of the old days are the greatest.
It's still great driving through the old
Yeah.
neighborhood. Can't remember, because I drive through and I look at
Yeah,
all
but
the
everything
stores.
changed, though.
Well, I look at all
Everything
the stores
Ah.
and I say, wait a minute. okay, what used to be here? And I try to remember.
Yeah.
This was here, the
Ask
record
me, I
store,
know where everything
candy
is.
store. Listen, Kentucky Fried Chicken is still on the corner of Tulip.
Levine's,
Okay.
Levine's is
Yeah.
still there. You could always
Okay.
go into Levine's. It's actually much
McDonald's
nicer.
is right there on Springfield. That
Oh,
never
well,
changed.
Springfield
And
Boulevard,
right,
right.
Boulevard, and then
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
there's oh God, so many things have changed.
Well, Floral Park Motel's still there. Nancy's Fireside is now Nancy's.
Yeah, but she's
So-
still there, the
Right.
daughter.
Yeah.
She's a doll. Veronica.
goes
You
back
had to
a
bring the
long-
Floral Park Motel.
Yeah, well, look.
Out of
that
every
hasn't
landmark you
changed.
want to talk about, he told Floral
Yeah,
Park
that
Motel.
hasn't changed. I hate
Look,
to
look,
tell
look,
you.
look,
back to
look,
ice.
look, look, look.
Let's not hear about
Okay,
those
let's go.
stories.
That'll be in the skit right there.
Well, it was a lot better than the old
Yeah.
Capri up on.
Oh, that was Cockhead Haven.
Okay, all the way up
What do
on
you-
the
oh, my
service road
God.
on the Grand
Jeez.
Central, right? Was that
Oh,
the Capri?
No, that's the. No, I wouldn't know it, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
of course
Yeah, what was
not.
the
I
name?
remember the
I
name.
forgot the name of that one. I think the Capri was the
Yeah, we'll go
Bronx.
there.
I don't
No,
remember.
Capri was over here, I think.
What was the one on the Grand Central, off the Grand Central Park?
Yeah, it had the safari rooms.
Right,
Yeah, I
yes.
know what you're talking
No,
about.
not that I was
I
there.
heard about it.
I heard about
I
it.
know, I heard
I
about
read
it.
about it. Exactly. All
So
right,
this
we're-
sounds so exciting. I
so
can't wait
we'll
to
stop,
come.
we'll stop reminisce about the old neighborhood for a second. So just back to as what you said.
Wait,
So
wait,
that-
before we start,
yes,
one thing
go
I got to
ahead.
do one thing.
Sure.
I got to thank everyone, Susan, Jenny A, Jenny C. It's just going to be really, really quick.
Sharon. I have to stop bugging you. You just came back.
No, I didn't come back yet. I'm just come back today. All right, let's not get crazy. All right.
Kidding.
Eliza, how you doing, honey? Congratulations again. Kevin Campbell, thank you so much for watching. Kevin's just an amazing guy, really, from Kiwanis. Brenda and the dude, they're driving back. They had a great weekend. I miss you. And her term in Kiwanis, being the governor, my term, lieutenant governor, it's ending. So it stinks, but you know what? We still, I mean, our friendship is like, forget it. She's an amazing woman. I love the husband, and they're going on a cruise trip, and I know I got invited, so they uninvited their son to invite me.
Get out.
No, I'm joking. I'm
I
joking.
would have came with you.
Yeah, I
He
know you
doesn't
would.
want me.
Ashley, how you doing, hon? Grace, how are you, son? Grace, I got to say something. Grace was sending me messages, like singing. You know, I didn't know you could do this on your phone. Instead of texting, there's a microphone.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's
This
like a
whole time,
Google mic. You can see.
35 years I have a phone here, and they've all said it's always been there. That's like the first thing they came up with. You could just sing into it. It's like a recording. And she was singing me songs. So thank you so much, really.
Oh, how
Sharon
nice.
Cooper, thank you. Louisa, how are you, hon? Michael, how you doing? What was it? Oh, Sydney, how are you? Sydney, I'm really shocked. How are you? And another Michael, and I'll get back to the rest of them because I know I just did it's been a while, so I kind of messed up a little bit. But if I missed anybody, I love you, and we'll talk later.
And
okay?
yeah, and
So let's get back.
you're not even saying how much they're saying.
Yeah, I
And
know
this-
that. I know. I
Because
can't
he's
because
so,
that,
you
yeah.
know, he's private. He doesn't.
Okay, enough.
Need
Thank you.
it.
Let him finish.
Enough.
Let him finish.
So just back, as you
I'm gonna
said,
be out for a while, I think.
getting started. Get your second wind.
I'm telling you, look, got my blood.
like spring
blood-
training.
I just took my blood pressure pills before, and that shit's not
I
working.
do that too.
Yeah.
Can you
I could say,
imagine?
you know, I'm getting that vibe.
What'd
I
you
gotta
say?
pick up on it.
What'd you say?
I
could
make
pick
your
up-
blood pressure go up.
Yeah.
Now we get along great.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the show wouldn't last. As long as it
Exactly.
does.
That's
yeah,
right.
we're
That's
very
right.
happy. Yes.
Okay.
Why do you think I'm on the outskirts and shit? Excuse my French. With all the problems that I have, it's because of this one here.
yeah.
Get you going. All right. I make it till the show at the end. I drop in and I drop on the floor, and I have everybody. You know, I'm kidding. No.
Is that why there's 10 people there?
Right
Just
there
waiting
you
to-
go. There you go. Just in case.
Just in
Just in
case.
case, now I
the
might have a
EMS tech
doctor.
right there.
I might have a doctor visit, so in case he needs anything
Yeah.
but this neck, you know, we have a doctor, chiropractor on hand.
Yeah.
So
But,
just
so
getting,
let's get back
getting
to
just back kind of the creation. So that kind of set me in a path. As I said, I always loved comedy, chuckles. I mean, the city, friends. It was always a week out. A weekend out was always, comedy club was always part of the night out. Date night, boys' night out, comedy night. So, as I said, chuckles and East Side comedy and old Bayside Queens, Jimmy's Comedy Alley on Bell Boulevard. Go to Pips and Sheepshead Bay, Dangerfield's in
But I
the
don't say
city.
something. Catch the Rising Star. I
Catch
did
a
one
Rising
in the
Star,
city. I did.
yeah.
And,
Boston
you know,
comedy,
You know,
everything.
not ever realizing about comedy. I think I could have been about maybe 22 years old, and I just came out of the Marine Corps, 23, whatever, and I went with my brother and his friends to Catch a Rising Star, right? And all of a sudden, my brother tells me, tell a story. It was like an open mic, whatever it was, and
Right.
he tells me to get up there and tell a story about, when Dad beat you, right? And I was like, excuse my French, that's not funny. And I swear to you, I went and I told a story, one of the many stories, that how he beat me, because I was wheeling and dealing in school and da-da-da, whatever, and everybody was laughing. And I'm going, man, everybody's sick in the head. Really.
Well, right.
But I didn't understand. I mean, it's like, to them, they found it funny. But I didn't say it was, I mean, I said it was, I got to tell you a true story about my dad. And I just started talking. I said, blah, 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 whatever, wheeling, dealing in class. And I was taking $1 from each person. And then the way he beat the hell out of me, threw me down the stairs. I mean, and I was going, and everyone was laughing. I'm going, I didn't get it.
Right, because your suffering is there's entertainment for them.
I couldn't understand
That's
that.
funny,
I
yeah.
said, man, I'd be a great comedian. I could tell a lot of stories of
You
my
have
dad.
them, that's for sure.
You know what I mean? But not realizing that, though.
So in the future, do you want to do an open mic night?
No,
here,
I don't know
or
about that.
we'll
Listen, I have enough mics here. All right, I don't need any more. I got enough. I got enough. But it's so true, though, but I didn't realize that.
Right. So growing up, just the love of comedy and whatnot.
Yes.
So again, just my relationship, with Bob just kind of expanded and said, you know what, let's just start booking stuff. Now, I'm up in town of East Fishkill in Dutchess County.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing. It's
pretty quiet there,
It's quiet.
isn't it?
I mean,
Jeez.
there's nightlife.
Where?
Going from Queens, then living in Westchester, and just keep going north to Dutchess. I just keep going north. 9 o'clock, it's like everything closes.
Yeah,
and there's nothing
that's true.
really to do. So the idea was, you know what, let's bring a show into town. Okay, so people don't have to travel to the city and wherever. And let's bring some high-end, good quality entertainment into local communities. Okay, this way people can have a good time. And then when the show's over, 15 or 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they're back home. And if they want to stay out, they could stay out. So it was giving an option of something else to do other than, okay, we go out to dinner, we go to a movie, we go bowling, and all those things are great. And, up there, there's Daryl's house, there's a couple other places for live music, which is great, but you got to travel.
Sure.
So it's not
everything's
it's not
a
like
ride.
living,
Yeah.
here on Hempstead where here everything is lined up and
You
you
could
can
get
just park
anywhere
in
in
the car
15
and go.
minutes, yeah.
Right. So a joke we always have, with my wife, we're out of milk. So I said, growing up here, milk, race down the block,
That's right, exactly.
get milk in your home. Here, up where we live,
And you don't have Uber Eats.
well, exactly.
You know
The things
what I
we got to
mean?
get milk, so I'm going to go down the road a ways. So to go get milk is a 10-minute drive and get the milk, and it's a 10-minute drive.
Yeah, it's
back.
not like here, right.
So the idea was to bring a show into the community. And we started doing that at a banquet hall, and it became very successful. We're running now 4 years. We
Congrats.
sell out
Great.
every show.
That's great.
Great response. A new place opened up in Poughkeepsie called Revel 32. They renovated an old Masonic temple, so there's already a stage and acoustics. And
Really?
they renovated the entire place. So we've got shows going in up there. So we have about 20 minutes apart between the two places. Shows aren't running all the time, so we're not competing, back and forth. They do a lot of other entertainment and other shows there, but it just gives a different part of the county, access.
Sure, that's terrific.
To a show. So the idea is bring the show there. And then obviously,
You're
now
gonna do
working
that-
with Gregg, we'd like to
yes.
do that here in Nassau County and obviously make G's,
That's right.
a home base.
That's it. That I would love.
That
I would love.
always had a dream.
I swear to you,
Yeah.
you know
Moving
what, I'm
forward.
telling you, what you're doing here, it's great. I mean, it's really great for me because it's like really putting this place on the map, what you're doing. It really is.
Well,
honestly, and I
that's
thank you
great,
so much for
and-
that. I really do. I thank you so much for that.
Yeah, and I do
and I-
too, because I think
you
you're
know.
kind of nice.
And she,
What
so,
was,
no, she
so
thinks you're
far?
cute. Listen to me.
well, here it
She
is.
wants to just grab you.
Already
I told him
you're
that.
hitting on me
Listen,
already?
no.
So what about the
Listen.
nice boyfriend you just talked
See
about
what-
before
look,
Greg
look,
got
look,
here?
look. Listen, by the time you're done, she's gonna
You should
grab
see
your
the
hair and
text
say, "Who's your
messages
dad?
she
Who's
sent
your
me."
daddy? Watch, you'll see.
You should see the text she sent me.
I
Oh,
did.
good-looking guy.
I admitted
Cutie.
it. I did.
She
I
can't help
said,
herself. I
I
told
said
you.
to him, "You're very handsome."
Look, I see.
Handsome.
And now also, I see you wear nice clothes. That's a big thing with me. You have a
Soon-
nice.
thing?
Soon
my-
she'll have, listen,
my-
she'll have
You
a
know-
picture of you right here. She'll be looking at you like this.
You know how hard it is to find 80s, still to find 80s
No, but I
shirts?
like the
mean, come
stripes,
on.
and I love blue.
This could be, I think, from International
I was gonna
Mail.
say- I was gonna-
It's one of the things I think I
Member-
saved
is
that
that
still
like the
fits
members
me.
only part of members only
It was
crew?
International Mail.
Okay.
It's one
Oh
of the
my
only
God,
summer shirts I
you-
think
that
that
is
still
a
fits
memory.
from
See, I
back
knew I
then.
was going to get along with you just from the first conversation.
So then, just getting back, so the show's been successful. Obviously, with 2020, it
Yeah.
slowed things down. So we're trying to pick the pace up. So we did a couple of shows back in April, sold out again. Got another couple of shows coming up. We got another show a week after from here up at Poughkeepsie, and another show back over in Hopewell Junction. and
Oh,
there's a
my
couple
friends live there. What, I'm going to tell them
of
about
to
it.
come on.
Yeah.
They have to come to Mill Creek Catering, to the
They
Mill
live
Creek
right in
Comedy
Hopewell
Series.
Junction.
Then they should be right there.
It's
They
like
probably
really
know me.
so far. Oh,
Do they have
God.
kids in the school district?
The,
Younger
the
kids?
daughter's a teacher. They're older, you know. They're not
Okay.
as young as you.
Okay,
so,
that's
but
fine. Well, I sit on the school board up there, so,
Oh, so
they may
the
like
mother
me or may
works
not
there.
like me.
The mother works there.
In the school district?
Yeah, I got to ask her. Her name is Gersheimer. You know her? Yeah.
No,
No comment.
I don't.
No comment. No comment.
I don't. No,
Be safe.
no comment. No
Oh,
comment.
that's funny.
So I then, as I said, also was booking other shows for Bob, Stanford Palace Theater, and doing a bunch of other things. So again, the idea, we're looking to bring some high-end comedy, okay?
We're
With-
excited.
Place with some good, good food, entertainment, and, just see what happens from there. And, as I said, to get Bob with his schedule out here, I think it'd be a huge night.
Yeah,
we can
definitely.
we can do some kind of
Definitely.
theme.
You know I'm looking forward to
We
that.
do some kind of
Well,
theme,
we love
but
themes
That's it.
here.
That's
so,
it.
but,
Yeah,
so
she's the
before anything,
queen of themes.
so again, just since we're, we got a show here. So my good friend, it's comedian Bob DeBono, and I do owe
He's
him.
Italian.
I do owe the Bono.
The Bono. I was gonna say with the
Bono.
last thing.
That's
like the
enough
Bono.
plus
She got
for
so
me.
excited.
I owe him.
Wow.
I owe him
She can owe him a
a
lot after this
huge
one.
thanks for kind of, I want to say getting me out of my shell, just kickstarting.
That's
the idea of just something I
She
always
wrote
loved.
the Bono's name
I
down.
already
See what
got
I'm
his
talking
name.
about?
Bono.
You see what I'm talking
See?
about?
B.I.
Well, I
You got
love
it.
Italian.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bob's great. Bob's been a comedian of 25 years. I mean,
Bob
like I
DeBono.
said,
I like the name. It has a nice
Of course it does.
click.
it does. So, like I said,
Okay, just don't say. Okay, just don't say.
I won't say anything. So the second part of that was, he was doing his Donald Trump, and we're doing different shows, and Bob's just coming out as Trump. I just started. I go, Bob, one day. I says, "This is to me. I'm a huge fan of comedy." I says, "We got to do something else. This doesn't look right. You're just walking out." I said, "Let me prepare. So let me do something. Just a minute, 2 minutes, just to." Kind of introduce you or do a setup to have you come out doing your Donald Trump
Yeah,
impersonation.
that's great.
So that started it from there, and then it just went, okay, we keep doing that. And then Bob does a show called Character Flawed in the City at Dangerfields, well, was with everything going on, which is a pro-amateur night showcase. So he says, Ed, why don't you come on stage, do a couple. So I just built it from there. So it's always been kind of a bucket list item. And as I says, growing up, you're always funny and everything. As my wife would say, yeah, you're the funniest guy as long as you're not trying to be funny. You're just naturally
right,
funny.
yeah, sure.
Because,
It's a gift.
and I'm no, rock star or whatever. I'm having a good time. And I'm just incorporating that in just the hosting or doing some guest spots and some short, 10, 15 minute. I'm not the show, okay? I'm kind of the brains, I want to say, behind the show. My goal really is to entertain people. I want them to have a good time out. I want them to bring some high quality entertainment. So the high end comics, the national headliners here. So for this show, Wally Collins, 25, 30 plus years in the business, has toured the country, international. Okay, Patty Rossborough, she's done some shows out on the Long Island, so people I'm sure know her. But she's also been in 25, 30 years, Showtime, Comedy Central, and a lot of other things. So again, the idea is to bring in some well-known comics.
Sure.
And maybe some people don't know who these
Right.
people are, okay? Even though they've been around for a while, because maybe they don't want to travel into the city. They weren't doing
Well, see,
anything
that's
out
the thing.
here.
That's the thing. And it's sad though. But in the city now, you need everything that you do. I mean, at least Long Island doesn't have that yet. With that, what is that? That back and
Well,
knock on wood,
the mayor,
so far,
the,
we're still,
listen,
holding on.
can I curse a little bit?
Yeah,
I mean,
you
you,
can
okay,
curse.
all right. I mean, you can't take a shit
Right.
in New York City unless you show a vaccine card,
Yeah.
at
Wherever it is.
wherever you are.
Ridiculous.
So, look, that's
No, I know, and
that
That's
I'm just
politics.
saying you're excluding a percentage of of your residents of the city from living their lives. And I know, and I'm trying to make any the COVID and everything. It's not something just to laugh off.
Right.
But it's an issue. But people have to live, and we have to be a little bit more realistic
I
at
agree
what's
with
going
you.
on. And forcing people to do things and not do things. We want to protect everybody. Take care of yourself, be healthy, and just be smart. You just have to make smarter decisions in life right now. If you feel uncomfortable being, I mean. Right, football started this weekend. There's 50,000 people, 60,000 people together.
That's right.
Okay, you have some smaller events, some different things. If you feel uncomfortable, then
Don't go.
Just stay home
Right.
until you
That's
feel
what I
I
said.
agree
Stay
with
home.
you totally.
Is
Stay
that
home.
any
That's it.
different than someone who might have a phobia about being in places with a lot of people before the pandemic? You made a choice or a decision, stay home. And now with technology, between live streaming and between downloading, I mean, you ask some people, I rather that we get together for some football. It's like, let's go to the game. Like, why? Why can't we just go to your basement and
Right.
watch the
And
game in your
listen, a lot of the
50-inch?
kids- a
Your
friend of mine,
50-inch
I just-
TV.
and
Why do I have to
right.
go there?
And I
We'll
gotta tell you
barbecue,
something, and then
cook.
that HD thing looks like you're right there anyway.
Right.
Surround sound. You're comfortable. You got popcorn. You're eating wings. Yeah.
I mean, the thrill of being
Yeah,
there
yeah,
is one
right,
thing,
right.
but if that's not a
Right.
big thing in your life right now, as you're a little bit older,
Yeah.
you rather sit and barbecue and have
True,
a good
that's
time.
right,
And I
that's
got a
right, so
50-inch
true.
TV, and you're hanging out with your friends. There's no distractions, and you're having a good time. So that has changed with everything. But people still want to come out. When we first did the comedy shows, right back in April, right after things kind of died down and some of the restrictions were lifted, those shows sold out in about 2 weeks. People just wanted to get out of the house.
Right.
And I got to sit somewhere. I got to do something else.
I
can't.
do that.
If I put something on Netflix on one more time, it's like,
know.
they're going to go
I
crazy.
hate being home.
So hopefully, again, things will,
I
get a
think
little
it's
bit
going to.
better.
Right. Lighten up a little bit.
Lighten up, get a little bit better, be smart, make smarter decisions when you're out, and and be nice to people. Okay.
Oh,
and
that's the biggest thing.
and
Be
respect
nice.
respect other people's views and opinions.
Absolutely.
And that's it. And we just celebrated 20 years. Okay, for 9/11 on September 12th.
Yeah,
You
which is
probably saw every single person, race, color, creed,
Mm-hmm.
viewpoints, or whatever, shaking hands, hugging, talking to each other on the
And
street,
really, and
saying
that's
please.
true.
Probably the biggest time anyone ever said please and thank you and you're welcome and take care of yourself and be
right.
safe and everything else back then. And we have so gotten away
From
in,
that.
in society from that.
Yeah,
and look,
you're right.
just if you don't like somebody, just
Stay
walk
away.
away.
That's it. That's
Stay
it.
away.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Stay away.
And keep your negativity to yourself
That's all.
because positivity
Whoa.
is.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm
that a
positive.
dig?
Whoa.
No.
Okay. I was
He's
just
the most
kidding.
positive guy I know.
Yeah, I'm yelling at her.
I'm positive, trust me.
Okay.
Very positive.
So, again,
My neck
put
right now. It really hurt my neck.
But I am. Do I complain?
don't
No.
twitch. Don't twitch.
I don't want to make
But
you twitch.
taken away from that, let's try to get back to normal. Let's get the kids back in school as best as we can. Education. Let's try to get back to normal. And part of normal is comedy shows and going out and entertainment and people having a good time. And that's all we can do.
That's
Like
it.
anything else, it's one day at a
It's
time.
every day you act like that's a good day and it's a gift.
Right.
Treat it
Yeah.
as a gift because some people are not that lucky.
Exactly, for various reasons.
Right.
So
and everyone has a
Right.
story.
That's right.
that is true.
That is correct.
That is true.
It really is true.
So before you got here, I was just trying to explain to Valentina how you and I kind of connected through Andre and kind of putting
love
his
Andre.
event
Andre's
and
great.
my thing together to be a little bit more supportive of the Kiwanis kids of the world, as well as kind of honoring and giving some more recognition to Bob Wilson and the Dare.fm, to keep the LIR music alive, which we all grew up on Long Island,
that's
border
right.
of Queens, and
Yes.
believe it or
You know,
not,
and
many
it was
other
crazy
places.
because when Andre came here and he goes, "Yeah, you remember LIR?" And I said, "Yeah, I remember LIR." But then I swear to you, I said to myself, "Who the hell's going to come out for LIR?" And I got to tell you something. It's packed.
There's no, listen,
Yeah.
And I never thought,
Right.
you know what it's because
There's no clubs. I mentioned to Valentina, there's nothing left anymore.
I'm going LIR, and he goes, "Yeah," he goes, "I got a little bit of a following." He's a kind of little modest. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
a little bit of
yeah, a little
I'm like,
bit.
"Oh, yeah," Andre. And then we had the first night, and that was it.
It was always busy,
and
you
it's been-
said.
It's been busy ever since.
right. Any
So-
chance, I mean, the city, there's nothing in the city, there's nothing anywhere.
And Andre can't leave anyway. He
Right,
knows that.
right.
You're
And this
stuck
is,
here, my
Not
friends.
allowed, right?
and believe it or not, it's a part of, it's a period in so many people's lives that they think back on.
That's
I
right.
mean, I've got one of my best friends for 40 plus years. Where did he meet his wife? At Malibu.
Really?
Okay? They've been together ever since. The last I remember is we walked out at 4 a.m. and the two of them were still dancing, and they've been together ever
That's
since.
great. See, stories
And
like
they
that I
just
love.
celebrated their 29th wedding anniversary.
See, I love that.
and they're together, 30 plus.
Those
couple
are the
of
stories
years.
I love to hear.
And I'm sure there's many other people that met their husbands
right,
and
right.
wives at Malibu
Well, it was
or
I
one of the
remember-
other
I remember
clubs.
sometimes even at Channel 80.
Channel
Channel
80.
80, and I used to work at Channel 80.
Channel 80.
Yeah,
Are
that was
we doing
the
Sprats on the
spot. Yeah,
water
Sprats on
too?
the- yeah,
Okay, are we
Sprats
going to
on the
go
water.
through?
I know, right? 231.
Right.
Well, Zachary's always been around, but
No, Zachary's
Focus,
was good.
Spitz.
Right.
Well, 231 I used to love. It was just because it was right by, I think it's Bob Furniture now today
Right,
in Westbury.
right.
But it was a little, you
Yeah,
have to go
yeah.
down there. It was really, really
Right.
nice.
And then you had Hammerheads.
Hammerhead,
and
that's
all-
right.
everything
I worked
else.
when it was Chevys.
Chevys.
I
Wow.
worked at Chevys. Yeah, I still have a jacket. It's an embroidered jacket from
Right.
Chevy. Yeah, and I remember
Is
I
that
asked
East
him-
Islip?
Yeah, something
East,
it's
West
yeah,
Islip,
East
East
West. I
Islip?
think it's
I forgot
West.
which.
I think it's West.
That was always a long drive.
Yeah,
from-
that's
from
what I did.
Queens.
That's why
that
I
was
didn't
a
like
rough.
it. And
That was a
listen,
rough. That was a
and
rough
I gotta
coming
tell you,
home.
I got to tell you a horrific story, where I mean that wasn't really. Came out of that. I was on leave. I just came out of the Marine Corps. A friend of mine, he was in the Navy. He was in the reserve, so he was home. He was on the job. Another friend of mine, friend of ours, all three of us said we're going to go to OBI's. So now my friend John turned around and says to me, "Hey Greg, why don't we get a tattoo?" Right? So I said, now we were already drinking. I said, "What the hell?" He goes, "Yeah, get the Marine Corps Bulldog." So I said, "All right." I said, "What the hell?" He goes, "And I got a friend that'll do it for us. We don't have to go to a." So we went to a place, we went downstairs, and what we had was our vodka and lemonade. That's what our key drink was. And all of a sudden we're sitting, and the mother, now the basement had all the pictures of everything the guy could do. And then the mother comes downstairs and says, "Excuse me." She goes, "Hey guys, he's not gonna be here. At least he just called and said he's gonna be in about an hour." Now I sat there and I said, "Listen, I'm on leave from the Marine Corps. Every minute counts." I
Right.
said, for a young boy. All right? So I turned around and I said, "We're not going to wait. Let's just go to OBI's." So all three of us went to OBI's. John got into an argument with another friend. Now, I was talking to someone. John was talking to someone, but the other one wasn't talking to someone. All of a sudden, at the end of the night, like 4 o'clock, because it was still packed at 4 a.m.
Right.
Even when the lights went on, it was packed. Nobody really wants to go home back then.
That's true.
So all of a sudden, I'm walking out, he walks out, and where we were parked, he left a cooler with 2 cups. He left us there, and we were living in Queens Village at the time. We walked all the way to the Wantor Park because at late at night,
Yeah.
first of
No,
all,
I
we had to-
remember, yeah.
and it was like I couldn't believe
the
he left us,
causeway.
and nobody wanted to. Who's going to give you a ride? You see 2 guys walking, on the side of the road, and then all of a sudden, when we got by the Wantor Parkway, my friend John pulls out. He was on the job. He pulls out a shield on 2 people having whatever. And I got to tell you something. Look, this is the story. He puts his shield out on the window and he says to the guy, "Listen, we need a ride." And it's police official business.
Did he
Blah
say,
blah
"Pull
blah."
up your
Blah, blah,
pants
blah.
first?
No. Wait. They were in the back seat. The guy, whatever. The guy gets off her. The girl is laying there like this, right? The guy gets out, goes in front of the car. John goes in the front seat. I'm sitting in the back seat. The girl's, she didn't move. And I'm just sitting here like, oh my God. Like the whole ride, she just sat there. Like,
V-shape or
yes, yeah.
V-shape? The whole ride?
Yeah.
Whole ride.
Yeah, I
V-shape?
didn't want to say, but yeah, she was butt ass naked, didn't move.
Oh,
and I
jeez.
sat there and whatever. But then other things were, no, forget it. But it was a crazy night, and I remember, you remember the Capizios? You were there, Capizios,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You have
So-
white?
oh,
Which
white,
ones are you
yeah,
wearing?
that's
You have the
right.
white one?
Yeah,
You were a
white.
white Capizio guy.
Definitely, you kidding me, no, really, really white.
Wow, that must have looked
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. And
Did you wear those to your prom too, the Capizios?
No, I didn't wear those.
Okay.
I didn't go to my prom.
Okay.
I hated
You
it.
didn't go to your
No, I
prom?
didn't go to my prom.
Oh.
I was going to. But
I went, but my mother paid somebody to take me. I wasn't popular back then. Look, I was a fart.
So
Back in
was
those
that,
high school years.
so that was also was that the Paco Rabanne?
Yes.
That was the Paco
it.
Rabanne.
You know
Okay.
that.
Not the Ralph,
That was the
Paco
man
Rabanne.
back then. That was the man back then. Okay, Paco, that's right. With the damn, with the, like the, ow, I'm
Well,
hurting my neck here.
this whole thing, be careful. No, we don't want you getting sick. This whole event sounds terrific. I am going to come because I never come to WLIR because, I'm shy.
You shy?
Yeah.
Can we put a mic?
I
See,
can tell.
Wait a second, these mics are not the same. All right? The other ones I can
He
disconnect
can't,
very
he
easy.
can't disconnect me
Yeah,
now.
well,
Har, har, hardy, har, har.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's going to
So
be great.
I'm just curious. I know you got anybody have any kind of questions, or anyone want to maybe reminisce a little bit about our Belrose,
No,
Queens Village,
You know what I gotta tell you?
OBI?
The only one I gotta tell you is Grace is the only one.
She's-
see what
yeah.
I just ended up. See what I ended up just wiping
Okay.
out the feed, and yeah, Grace is the only one that knows that. She's the only
Alright.
one with the alumni. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, the only one. But then hopefully she's on. But nobody
might
else
still be
knows
on.
about.
Nobody
it.
else knows what the
Yeah,
heck
they're
we're
not-
talking
they're not-
about.
Yeah, they're not. I told you. The crowd here. I mean, it's always a lot of live music, and freestyle is very big here.
Yeah, somebody
Freestyle
I
is
know
very big here.
loves
Yeah, somebody
freestyle,
that's always on freestyle.
and she's wearing a yellow
Yeah.
shirt in the audience today.
That's it. You talk about
loves
freestyle, now
freestyle.
you'll see this light up.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
but it's mostly
Yeah.
no. It's mostly your freestyle. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm trying to get. I want everybody to come to the LIR.
And comparing to, I don't
Well-
know, the mosh pit or
Yeah, no, there's no mosh pit. It's free
no,
freestyle.
no. I'm saying as a comparison, just
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
mosh
Okay. Yeah.
pit
Yeah.
was a freestyle.
Yeah. That was a hell of a
that?
freestyle.
See, I don't even know
That was
about
like,
the
that was
mosh
like,
pit.
Actually, is
that was like a
anyone-
death trap.
Has anyone out there survived the ministry show besides me at the Ritz? If you're out there, please acknowledge.
What did you?
Okay, they'll know the ministry show at the Ritz in
Doesn't
New York
sound
City,
good.
1987 or 1988.
Oh,
If you
jeez.
survive that night, you could survive anything.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
Now, did you used to work in a regular corporate job ever, or no? You always did, side work, comedy.
You're always unemployed.
Actually,
That's what she's asking you.
actually, believe it or not, I'm currently a insurance benefits broker.
Oh.
So I actually do employee benefits for small to mid-sized companies.
That's great. So you work for a company that
me.
you're like a consultant in
No,
the
I'm
company.
an independent contractor.
Oh, that's
I
the
work for
best.
myself.
Terrific.
Prior to that, I was in the mortgage business. So I'm still trying to figure
Well,
out
I
what I'm
believe-
supposed to
yeah,
do.
but I see.
But
I
I've been in
went through that.
financial,
I
in insurance
believe that
work and
when
other
you're
things.
a consultant, you're better off. Because I worked in corporate America twice, and you're better off
I
on
got
your own.
fired both times.
Yeah, I'm the most popular fired
Because
professional on Long
because
Island.
She was very shy.
Yeah.
Told you she's
I,
very shy.
I speak the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, and my book is all about what happens when you're 50 and you lose your job and you need to change your life. It's called From Fire to Freedom. And there's real stories in there, people from Long Island. Some of them worked in the corporate, some of them worked in the county, some of them just worked in nice companies. But when they turned 50, boom,
Yeah,
I got the big bad boot.
And right now, with everything that's going on, there was always in the past, you said, doing your research, writing a book, whatever, when you reach that certain age and you lose your job, and it's who's going to hire a 45-year-old? Who's hiring a 50-year-old? Who's
Not-
hiring a
yeah.
55-year-old when I can hire somebody 25
For less than money.
That's
for
right.
less money
That's right.
and train them the way I want to train them and so forth. And now with everything going on in society, and again with, that becomes another
There's
problem.
a lot of other issues.
And
there.
then, again, small businesses closing up, mom and pop shops closing, where now people are going to have to invent themselves.
Well, reinvent.
At 50, reinvent 50, 55, and start something and do something
Well,
because,
yeah. Well,
you
I
want to work from home.
reinvented twice because after I met this wonderful guy, I reinvented again.
Right. And the big,
She became a porn star.
there you go.
I take
I'll
it.
let that one
Listen,
slide.
Nah, he knows he teases me. I'm fine. I take it all because you know what? This place put me on the map
I was gonna
again
say something.
because I have a place. I used to be a gypsy in a car full of stuff. I used to go from
She's
diner
just
to
a
diner.
gypsy with a newer car.
So now I
That's
have a
it.
nice
Are we-
car and I have a place to have my meetings. I hold meetings here once a month.
Now she doesn't get tickets when she parks her car.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and I
there you
got a
go.
nice car because he helped me figure it out.
So one of the other things, just with your background, is now you have the generations where the younger generation, they're happy work from home, my
Oh, yeah.
laptop, and
They don't
whatever.
wanna work.
And the older generation
Yeah.
we're bouncing off the walls because we're home too much.
That's right.
Well,
So-
it's yes.
It's a generational
And
thing
things
right
are
now.
changing a little. I just got a call for a job for a driver, for a president of a company that has 40 nursing homes. I'm like, oh, I've got 5 people for you. They want somebody that's retired that wants to just drive the president around from all over the place. But again, it doesn't happen a lot.
Right.
Once
so
in a while.
Again, a lot of things we weren't expecting that have happened, and moving forward, as a society, what things are we going to do to correct certain things,
Right.
and figure out certain things, because you can't have people 50 to 65 all of a sudden out of the workforce.
No, because
for whatever the reason
they're
is.
going to leave
Okay.
Long
They'll
Island,
leave.
right.
They'll leave
and go down.
again, but they'll have to look for jobs. This is across the issue across the country, and then you deal with Social Security. No, they're not contributing. You got people have to work longer. Now they're not working at age 50 when they may have been working to age 70. So there's a lot of society issues.
Well, I
things
could
like
relate
that.
to all that because
And-
I'm an old dog.
And the other good thing about everything that's going on right now in the world, in society, in communities, and everything else, there is a plethora of
Love
material.
That word. Love that word.
A plethora
What?
Plethora.
Plethora.
It means everything. You do a lot of things that's going on.
of material.
Yes.
Plethora.
I love the
Plethora
word.
of material.
I
for
knew what it
any,
meant.
That's a Scrabble
for any
word right there.
for any comic out there.
Well, but
because-
even not just comics. There's plethora of a lot of things.
Well, I'm saying it, but I'm gearing back to the
To
to the
comics, of
comedy
course.
talk. Okay, there's so much material. It's you just so from a standpoint of those comics, which I try to do a little more observational
Yeah.
comedy and things. There's just so much going on out there. And as
Yes.
I said before, okay, if anyone's listening, come to the show and come have a good time. Okay, we're all about laughter. Okay?
Which is great, and it's
Nothing
healthy.
Nothing is
That's it.
personal. There's no comedy has always been this way, and that's how you have to look at it. It's a night of laughter.
You know what I just saw the other day, and it's been a long time. I mean, one of the great all-time comics, Richard Pryor, when he was talking about now mind you, it was a horrible thing that he went through, the addiction. But look at how he
More
turned
than
that
once.
and look at the way he flipped that out, turned it around, and it was a whole entire show about him. Like he would light up. He would take his matchbook.
light yourself on
Right,
fire.
He turned them because of the drugs. He lit himself up and whatever. So he
Freebasing.
grabbed them. Now back then he used to smoke on stage. He takes a matchbook, and he takes one match and he lights it. Right, lights his cigarette, and he goes, "Who's this?" And he goes, "This." He goes, "Who's this?" Now you're looking at the matchbook with the little part lit. He goes, "This is Richard Pryor running down the block like that." And I got to tell you something. Everybody, he just made it so funny.
Right.
But it was really, really sad. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, saying a personal.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tragedy
How do you,
can get
how do you,
you-
how do you turn that around? I mean, but
Well, I
a
mean
gift.
that's from the creativeness of
Yeah.
comics and actors, where
Right.
personal experiences become.
I think comics, first of all, I think it's a lot hard. Like I've done acting, but comics, it's like when you get up there and you get a heckler, if you get a horrible heckler.
Oh, yeah, that's
and I've seen it a few places, and I got to tell you something. I would jump off the stage and want to smack the shit out of you.
if you-
I mean, but if you know how to handle them, which some guys, they're really, really good.
Right.
Some guys just sit there and they kind of freeze, and it's like, you know what I mean? So,
Exactly, and this has been said before, so I'm not. This isn't. I didn't. Not my comment, but if you notice, you have comedians that become actors. You don't see actors
Right, become
becoming
comedians,
comedians.
Right.
It's a totally
that's so
different,
true. So
very
true.
different thing.
Because I think you're really out there when you're a comedian and you're just saying, the truth or whatever, and your
What, what?
creative abilities
For what?
come
Acting,
out
you
when
mean?
you're a comedian
Oh,
that
comedian.
you could go into acting. I don't know. I
Well,
think
And you know
that-
this, and it's like it's a one take with that. See, this is another thing. Acting, multiple takes, multiple tries. You mess up. When you're on that stage, that's it. It's a one-shot thing for you. You know what I mean? So that's why I say it's so difficult.
So
And
I was
you
on.
know what?
I was
You don't
on
realize-
set. I did 16. I was on 16 hours last.
Yeah, see if
to
you were
get
on
through
stage for
scenes.
16 hours.
Oh my God.
16-hour day
Whoa.
on top of a 12. Thankfully, the day before was a 12-hour day.
Well, we
So-
can't wait to see it
So,
when it comes out. You let us know.
so I'll let you know. I can't say anything.
Yeah,
I
of
don't know
course
if
not. Yeah.
I'm gonna. Hopefully,
Well, guys,
I won't make it on the old cutting room floor.
Well, I'm praying for you. I
But
pray to
what
St.
happens.
Anthony.
We'll see what happens.
for
But more
you.
importantly, October 2nd, we're going to be here. We want to rock the house. I know Gregg's got a good buffet menu for dinner
Oh,
that
yeah.
he's working on
That's
with,
right.
with the
You
cook.
know that.
Tickets, you can go Grand Slam Comedy on Facebook and just follow the event, or go to G's Club
That's right.
and click on the
That's
event
That's the best, the Eventbrite. It's great.
and just
Works
click
good.
it, boom, come, and
Yeah, and
bring friends,
yeah,
family,
That's great.
Yep, that's it.
night out.
Bring
and
everyone.
We'll
Terrific.
celebrate
that
and
up.
stick around for dancing, and we got the
God knows
after hours
what.
dance party.
That's
So
right.
it'll continue. So for those
And
of you
it's not,
that
and it's not going to be your first, that's for sure, because you're not leaving either.
Oh,
Now
see,
you see,
that's
you know
it.
what?
Once you get in.
That's it.
once you're in,
We don't
Can't
let
get
you
out.
go.
me in.
That's it.
So I'm out.
That's
they pull
right.
me
They pull
back,
you in. I was just talking
pull
about
me
that
in.
the other day.
Pull me
Just
in.
when you think you're out, they pull you back.
Pull you
And
back
keep
in.
that hairdo.
It's going to get trimmed a little bit. I'm sorry.
I like it.
Nah,
She wants to pull your hair. That's all she wants. She
No,
wants to-
but on a personal note,
I
no.
feel like it's the 80s again with the
Yeah,
with the
no,
with
but
the
I
big
like
head,
it.
The mullet,
The mullet, you
the
remember the
head
mullet?
down, the mullet going down the back, and
I say,
everything else.
we should have something with that. Just whoever comes. in,
Mullet
go-
night?
get
You want to do a
night.
mullet
Yeah,
night?
that's a
Comedy
cute
mullet
idea.
night.
That
Get
would be
in
great.
discount.
That
you
is
have
a
your
cute
80s
idea.
mullet.
That's
Get a cocktail, free cocktail or
Funny.
something. For
Well, I
mullet
want to
night.
just remind everyone tonight, I'm going to be working with the 100 women on Long Island that love Long Island, and it's all to do with charity. And it's at the Dix Hills Center in Dix Hills. It starts at 6. A woman is actually men are invited. There'll be a lot of women there. But anyone that wants to think about getting involved, and any charities that think they would like to have a donation, come meet everybody because it's going to be a great program. I'm going to be working with a wonderful woman, Laura Parker, once a week in Dix Hills at this fabulous art center. I'm excited. I've never
Yeah.
been there. Have you?
No.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. And they have all kinds of, things that people make, and they,
fix
yeah,
it.
I know.
Sounds good.
Yeah, he doesn't like when I wear open
Cleavage.
dresses,
What are you doing?
but he hasn't been here for a while, so I was able
And you know
to
what? I
wear
kept
it.
my mouth shut the whole time.
Yeah,
She's
She's giving the audience what she wants.
yeah. Well, once in a while, I do wear a lot of
you're
scarves
killing me, killer.
when he's
You're
here.
killing
But
me.
today, I didn't know he was coming. No, I wouldn't have done that. So, but
All
anyway,
right, anyway, let's get
tonight,
back to-
6 o'clock. Try
Anyway,
it.
Thank you so much, Eddie, and we're
No,
looking
thank
forward to
you.
it. It's going to be a great night.
Thanks for having me. I
everyone,
appreciate it.
So it's going to be a great turnout. I'm not worried about it. Don't forget how to get all your tickets. Valentina,
Now, well, I have a goodie for you. Remember
Oh,
we were
great.
talking about
you're
the
dropping
spa?
everything. You're making a mess.
All right, come on now. All right, so listen, you're going to the spa.
Now,
If your wife ever
what-
comes to Long Island, you can go together, all right? It's right down
It's
the
a great
block from
place. It's a
Franklin
great
Square.
place.
You will get a free soul cave. Have you been in a soul cave?
No,
No.
no.
That would be
not that
no.
I can say
You
here.
and your wife go to this spa down the block. You call, make an appointment, and you both can get a massage for 1/3 the price because of the show. $30.
Excellent.
And you're also going to get some crackers because I did not have time to go to the store. I usually give Italian bread
Okay.
to all my
That's fine.
people that come on this show get a loaf of Italian bread because I believe in that, and so does Gregg. About relationships, started with a loaf of bread.
I love it.
So
I love it. Thank you so
So
much.
anyway, thanks again for everything. We're going to
Thanks
see
for
you
having
soon.
me.
And it was
That's
nice
all
to
right.
show. It was nice for the love
it's
and the
great to
support.
have Gregg back.
Yeah, no, I'm not
so
back yet. I'm not
happy.
back yet, but
It's all right,
I will be back
part-time.
soon. I will be back soon. It's just like right now I'm having a hard time with this
Yeah.
part, but I can take it off and put it on, but I'll be back very soon. I mean that. Thank you so much for the love and the support and all the
our
gifts. I can't believe
sponsors.
something. The sponsors. Well, you
Sponsors.
can be your sponsors.
All right,
Be your
Teddy.
sponsors today.
Aura Pure
Sorry,
Jewelers.
I got to cut you off one more thing. Eddie says, I hope you feel good. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Eddie,
you.
he's hard to all
Go ahead.
to. Teddy from Aura Pure Jewelers, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be in to see you again soon. Also, I'd like to thank the accountant.
All right.
Okay.
See
Yeah,
what happens when she
yeah.
can't do it? Jackson, you, and I want to thank Prince. Prince, he's a great tax consultant. The guy, he's an amazing man. Oh,
And-
Puro, of course, Teddy, I have to say thanks. And thank you for the gift that you sent also.
Yeah.
The wine was great. It was very well
Received, right?
received. Drank, what do you, I mean, it's
Special wine that
It
was.
was just great. I got to tell you something, really was. My friends enjoyed it, which I didn't want them to, but they did.
And Tranquility Spa.
Tranquility Spa,
where
which is
you're
great.
Going.
And that's where he's going to go. Wait till you see
Angela,
the
they
cave. The
coming?
cave. You listen to me. The cave, Salt Cave. You're going to love it.
Oh.
You're going to love it. You're gonna love
And
it.
you will come out of there feeling like a new person, and so will your wife.
That's right. You're
It's
gonna feel like a new
fabulous.
person. You're gonna go. No, I told you, the mullet is gonna come back once you come out of there.
Yes.
I'm
So
telling you.
thanks, Angela from Tranquility.
Okay.
And that's a wrap.
Excuse me. Whoa! Don't mess it up.
Ah,
What do I say? Thank you so much. And now,
that's a wrap.
okay, there you
Hey,
go. My God.
it's
You guys got to get back in the.
I'm telling you.
I
Telling
know, I
you.
miss this man.
All right.
You got to get your routines
And I
down.
can't even